Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Zooty Pickups. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Nike X Off-White Vapormaxes in the triple white colorway. So these guys released today, April 14th of 2018 for a very steep retail price of $250. These are part of the 10 collection by Nike and Off-White's Virgil Abloh. Basically, I mean, I speak about that a little bit in my previous videos, but to give kind of like a TLDR version of it, it's Virgil's kind of reimagined version of 10 of Nike's most significant sneakers. So the pack consisted of two different capsules, the ghosting capsule and the revealing capsule. Essentially, the revealing capsule was him trying to cut things open, dissect shoes, show parts of the shoes that you normally wouldn't see, the insides and stuff like that, to give a kind of a new perspective on pretty iconic silhouettes. The ghosting capsule, he used translucent materials to kind of give shoes that futuristic see-through type look. This shoe, the Vapormax, is actually part of the revealing capsule, but I think that's debatable because this shoe definitely has elements of both revealing and ghosting mixed into it, like the deconstructed tongue and the translucent bubbles, for example. But yeah, we'll get to all this in a little bit. First, before I talk about the shoe, I kind of want to talk about the box a little bit because I think the 10 boxes are always super cool. So you can see you got the inside out box with the swoosh lettering and the quotations embossed in this clear glossy paint on top. And if we open it up, you can see that it is a Nike sportswear box, but folded inside out, you know, to go along with the whole revealing concept, inside out, exposing things that you normally don't see. Comes with a pretty cool off-white tissue paper and a extra set of blue laces. So yeah, let's move on to the shoe itself and see what's going on here. So as you might have noticed, there's actually not too much going on in terms of differences from the normal Vapormaxes on this shoe. I think out of all of the 10, the Vapormaxes are probably deviating the least from the original model. Essentially, I'd say 80% of the shoe has remained unchanged. This top area, however, got a huge makeover. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into all the features and details and what's different and what's not. So first of all, the upper material here, the Flyknit upper. The Flyknit upper is pretty much exactly the same as you would get on a normal pair of Vapormaxes here. You have the two knit zones. You have the loose knit in the middle for breathability, and then you have the tight knit on the perimeter of the shoe to give that structural integrity, so your foot doesn't move around too much. And as you can see, they pretty much kept the exact same upper pattern, nothing different going on there. For this shoe, they used the same color yarn everywhere around, so it's that triple white look. Moving to the toe cap here, you have this mud guard that is made out of this TPU type fuse material. One difference I would say here is that the mud guard, I don't know if you can see, but the mud guard comes up just a tad bit higher on the Off-Whites compared to the regular Vapormaxes. So already there you got a slight minor difference. So let's move on to the lateral side of the shoe. We see here there is a big transparent swoosh, very roughly sewn on to the side here. You can kind of see all the stitch marks going on. And I think it's very interesting because the material of this swoosh is this transparent plastic. It's that textured kind of like ridged plastic that makes the sound kind of like those, you know, hologram sheets that if you turn the image changes. It's the exact same material as the Presto swoosh. But yeah, I think it's really cool that the swoosh material is totally transparent. You can definitely see that the swoosh is there, but because of the kind of like different texture, it gives off a really cool look. At the tip of the swoosh, you have the signature little orange tab here. And right under that on the heel, you see the famous quotation mark Air branding printed right there. So moving on to the medial side, you'll see some of the revealing pack concepts going on here. Since the swoosh is transparent, you can see right through it, and you can see that they printed the text under the swoosh before they sewed it on. So you can see it says here, Off-White for Nike, Nike Air Vapormax, Beaverton, Oregon, USA. Copyright 2017, and that text is under the transparent swoosh, so you can kind of see right through it. I thought that was like a pretty cool little touch there. Definitely gives the shoe a very unique look. Moving to the back of the shoe, we have the Vapormax taping to kind of cover up the seam here. Some seam taping going on with the 3M Vapormax branding. Just the same as the regular Vapormaxes. However, one different thing is that this shoe has a little tiny pull tab to give it a little bit of a different silhouette. So that's another difference that a regular Vapormax does not have. So let's move to the front of the shoe. And I think the front of the shoe here is kind of like where the main character of the shoe is. What makes this shoe the Off-White Vapormaxes and not just some regular old Vapormaxes. The main thing going on here, I would say, is this padded tongue and this suede piece in the shape of a V. So let's talk about the suede piece first. So this this kind of like off-white colored suede piece is right around the eyelet area, and it reinforces the eyelets where the Flyknit wire comes out and the shoelaces kind of loop around. This just kind of adds another layer of dimension to the shoe because a traditional Vapormax is just made out of one material, the Flyknit material. However, here you have the suede, you have the Flyknit, and then you have this like padded tongue material. So it really kind of does add a lot of visual interest to this area. So the tongue here, you can see it's really interesting because if you look on the inside, you can see that it is a traditional Vapormax tongue. So the regular Vapormax tongues, like the inside looks like this, and you can see that there is a traditional Vapormax tongue. It is just sewn onto this the fat padded tongue. So essentially this is a regular Vapormax with this padded tongue sewn on top of its regular tongue. But I think this actually does a lot for the shape of the shoe. Anyone that really likes shoes will say that one of the most important things about a shoe is its silhouette, and this tongue, this high rise, it really helps a lot with the silhouette. I've noticed when I tried it on, the tongue comes up way higher. It kind of allows for the pants to stack on your shoes a little bit differently. It allows a little bit of layering. You can tuck your pants inside the tongue. I think it gives you a lot more options, and I think it's a pretty sick addition. On top of that, the tongue has these perforations or holes pretty much all throughout the middle here for ventilation and also for kind of aesthetic appeal. It definitely looks really cool. At the top of the tongue, you have the Nike Sportswear label that is woven with the bright orange swoosh to kind of go along with this little tab to kind of color coordinate. So it's kind of nice. So finally moving on to the shoelaces. They're just pretty normal white cotton shoelaces. They're the fat shoelaces, like the ones with a little bit of cushion to it. And they have the Shoelaces branding on the tip, the quotation mark Shoelaces branding. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I said that in my other, the 10 videos, but I still haven't gotten used to this. You barely notice them though once you tie up your shoe, so it's no big deal. The cherry on top of the upper obviously is this zip tie. It's this bright red zip tie. This is Off-White CO Nike 2017 zip tie. This should actually say 2018 now because we are in 2018. Honestly, I don't wear my shoes with the zip tie on it. All the previous shoes I have from the 10 collection, I've taken the zip tie off. They just sit in the box when I just rock the shoes. Virgil has said that like they're meant to be taken off. That being said though, I don't think there's any right or wrong. It just kind of got in the way a little bit when I wore it, and it was just kind of a little too bulky and a little too out there for me, so I took it off. Let me know in the comments if you guys wear your Off-Whites with the tags on or off. I'm actually really curious what other people do. So yeah, let's continue. Moving to the midsole, we have a ice blue Vapormax unit. There's pretty much nothing significant going on here. This is the exact same Vapormax unit as you see on any other Vapormaxes. This ice blue colorway is really nice, and I think it complements the rest of the shoe pretty well. Some people were saying it should have been like clear, just like clear, transparent plastic, but that stuff yellows super fast. So I think it was nice that they put in a little bit of blue color here to combat the yellowing a little bit. On the bottom of the shoe, on the left side, you have the Nike swoosh. On the right side, you have the Air Max branding. Finally, to wrap things up, let's move on to the Sockliner here. You have some co-branding going on, the Off-White logo and the 10 logo. One interesting thing to note, I guess, is that they got rid of the ridges here, the little spikes that used to be on the older 10 models. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if the original, you know, white and black Vapormax from the first release of the 10 had these bumps, because I never owned those shoes, but every other shoe I have from that collection, like the Prestos and the Zoom Flies, have the little bumps here for the foot massage bumps or whatever. They're kind of nice, actually. They kind of massage your foot, but I guess people complained about them and they got rid of them. Kind of a bummer, but yep, they're gone now, and it's just a plain old Sockliner, nothing special going on here. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up all the features of the shoe. Let's talk a little bit about the fit and comfort. So this shoe, it fits pretty true to size. However, the midfoot area is definitely a lot tighter than a normal Vapormax. So you might have to size up half a size or a full size. The original Vapormax is a very loose fitting shoe. It's a very stretchy kind of material. One of the reasons I really like the Vapormax was because of the upper, and it's such a breathable, stretchy upper that you can wear very easily. So because of its ease of wear, I ended up wearing it a whole bunch. That being said, the Off-White Vapormaxes, they have this suede panel that goes around the tongue, and then the tongue itself is also reinforced by this padded tongue. So it takes away from the elasticity of the upper quite a bit. I want to say that, like, you know, like this shoe, like the top of this shoe is almost like not stretchy at all, almost like a normal shoe. Only the sides here with the Flyknit are actually giving you some stretch. So in terms of comfort, you know, this is just a Vapormax pretty much. There's nothing really special going on in terms of the midsole or the outsole here. So it's the same kind of fun, playful, bouncy kind of cushioning that you've known to grow and love from your normal Vapormaxes. So yeah, I'm definitely happy they didn't really mess with that aspect. It's a very wearable shoe, you know, because of that. The shoe is comfortable, it looks good, and I would say overall the Vapormaxes were one of my favorite shoes from 2017. So all in all, I'm pretty stoked I got a pair of these shoes. I think they're super clean. I love the all white colorway and the little pops of color. It's just a very aesthetically pleasing shoe, and a shoe that kind of works well with a lot of different fits. So I know for a fact that this is one of the only shoes that Nike has released multiple colorways for in the 10 collection. The only other shoe that I know of is the Air Jordan 1, which came out in white, but that was a European exclusive. We couldn't get it here in the United States. But yeah, hopefully Nike continues this trend, continues to release multiple colorways of the popular shoes from the one collection. So yeah, I'm gonna throw these guys on foot so you guys can see what they look like, you know, see the silhouette with the tongue and everything. So yeah, hopefully that answered any questions you guys had about the shoe. And once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.